home of 25 million people. Looks like it's a modern city. There's a bridge, there's a tower, there's buildings, there's electricity, there's transportation. Okay, moving on. Could I have a volunteer read where it says in rural areas? You could just raise your hand, actually. Connor? Mike. Connor, you have to put your mic on.
Sorry. Okay. In rural areas, the living standard is still very poor, and many people live in huts or along the rivers in stilt houses.
Keep going.
The Chinese love music and opera plays, although the voices of the Chinese opera singers may sound strange to our ears. I'll continue.
Yeah, read like the next two paragraphs.
Chinese New Year, also called the Lunar New Year, is the biggest celebration on the Chinese calendar. The Chinese calendar starts at the end of January, early February each year, and every year another animal sign symbolizes the strength and the weaknesses. There are 12 zodiac animal signs, and thus every 12 years the animal signs start over again. 2020 is the year of the rat. Read more here.
Okay. Children look very much forward to Chinese New Year celebrations, which are 2 weeks long celebration over the New Year when they get gifts, money wrapped in red envelopes or red packets from family and friends. Popular lion dances also take place during this time, and the dragon is the most celebrated symbol of prosperity and strength. I love that picture. So you can see the bright colors, the orange colors. And actually, I went to the coolest thing. I'll try to find some pictures. It would take too long for me to look for them right now, but I went to this thing in the beginning of the year called Baptized and Sent. It was through the Diocese of Brooklyn and Queens, and it was for religion teachers and catechists and people who study theology. And they did this whole presentation of the Chinese lion dance. It was actually at St. Francis Prep. It was like the last week of September, and there was hundreds of teachers there. They were basically teachers and catechists and campus ministers and youth ministers and priests and all kinds of Catholic educators there from all over Brooklyn and Queens. And I think they said there was like 800 of us, and we filled up the whole auditorium. And on this, so it was like there was a lot of things about it. It was about missionary discipleship. It was about a message from Bishop DiMarzio. He addressed us actually. Bishop Massa was there. What else? But there was also this this information. Like at one point, they were given this like seminar, this lecture about Catholics in China and how the population is growing, even though it's only less than 1% of the population. There's billions of people in China, so it's a small percentage, but people are converting to Catholicism, and it's interesting because you hear that there's a tradition. There's a different type of tradition, like for example, Catholics don't believe in astrology, right? It would be considered worshiping a false god or idolatry, right? To like kind of place faith in something like astrology. Where in China, when you read, from what you read in the article, they focus a lot on the animal signs and the zodiac signs. So it's interesting, like in a country where the tradition is not like heavily Christian, for there to be a lot of conversion happening. All right, so could I have a volunteer read